This is a world where we declare war. How to respond to a world when people are telling you no, that you can't.
They want you to walk in the door and be professional, bring your picture and your resume, you come in there straight, and then what? Talking on the phone, just rude, just completely rude.
I think hiccups come so that they teach us lessons, and sometimes we have to roll with it and see where it lands us, and luckily this is landing me still in a good place. Here we go.
So you're putting back. Some more acting stories.
I love just being around artists, right?
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
What's up?
Some wine and some cheese and crackers and stuff over there. So come on over. Like, we're ready to hear these stories you guys have to tell us.
Got anything to drink for the adults?
Oh yeah, there's adult drinks, baby.
I got a combined story. I took this acting for camera class, so I decided to do my monologue on Mommy Dearest, right? So I had to do this like Mommy Dearest.
Nice.
So it was a classmate of mine,
bring it.
Christina, her name was Christina, so I had to like do the whole wire hanger thing. So every time I had to do it, they would always, oh, we'll do it next week. So the day before, I had to watch the film to like get it right. So I had a nightmare like the morning from the class. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So I get there and I couldn't do it. I just like had a meltdown, and so I waited the next week and did it, and I just like bombed it. It was totally horrible. So I ended up failing the class. A year comes around, I take the class again, and my professor, he had to get heart surgery, so he didn't have to witness my breakdown. So he's like, oh, I heard you had your breakdown and everything. So are you ready this semester? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So he had me go first every week when we had to do like our assignments. So he was like, I didn't know you were so funny. I was like, I'm not funny. I'm just trying to do like all the exercises sarcastically so I could get them over with. So that got me. So I realized that I'm funny. I still was like, I don't know, I have to figure out how to get into this acting thing. So I started taking a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So I started watching Law and Order, and then I'm like, you know, I'm of Haitian descent, so I said, let me watch this. So I was watching it, and it was like this whole crack thing happened and all this kind of stuff. And then there was this Haitian woman, and she's a crackhead. I'm like, oh God, either I'm a crackhead, voodoo priestess, voodoo lady, you know what? I'm like typecast. Okay. So when I did her IMDb, I realized that she's like accomplished in theater and everything. I'm not a voodoo priestess. No,
Exactly.
So I realized I can like use it. I felt that could help me.
Okay.
That was so funny.
Would you say that was your defining moment? You know, falling on your face and
No.
Like, when did you?
When did I realize that I had to do it?
Say that, like, no matter what, falling on my face, getting kicked in the head, blah blah blah, that I still belong here.
Because as I had the breakdown, I didn't realize it was being taped. I had to watch it back when I got home, over and over and over again. And also my family was like they kept telling me no.
Ugly man on the shoulder.
You know, you gotta be doctor, lawyer, teacher, you know, Caribbean, whatever. But I have a cousin of mine. I mean, he's an actor, but he's like character actor. So he kept doing it he's been doing it for like 17 years. And then I found out that he decided to be a writer. He was one of the writers for Takers. So I was like, oh, okay, that's it. I got a cousin in the business. There's hope for me. If I don't do acting, I could do writing. So I started like figuring out how other ways can I like get myself in the business. I still want to do it. no matter.
That's what we're
No
doing.
matter what.
Till I die.
That's the root
my
of what we
last
want to know.
breath.
Is
I
that
wanna
no
do
matter what.
No matter what.
I want to ask this though. You know, this conviction in which you say emphatically,
Right.
I want to be in the business.
Right.
Why?
I'm a shy person. So, I'm always noticed to some extent. Like, people think I'm an artist. I tend to like shrug it off because I want to be like known for what I do, not what people think I am. Like, you have people always telling you no all the time. Like, you want to like show them that you can.
Right.
So I don't take no for an answer no matter what. And I think it's because I've had friends that think, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that. So I have to like prove it
Right.
to them.
But are you proving
you
it to
don't-
them or proving it to yourself?
Right.
I think now I'm proving it to myself.
And then,
At first I was proving
that's
it to them.
evolution.
Different.
But now it's like,
and that's evolution.
And again, what you're doing is you probably haven't noticed it, but you're talking about stuff where you're having defining moments and clarity. You're just not connecting that they are these defining moments.
It's like you're not owning it. You know something? I've never been on anything like acting wise. Right now I'm a writer. I'm a writer, photographer. You know, I think I'm an artist. I just consider myself an artist. You know what I mean? And you know, I think an artist can kind of oftentimes pick and choose the medium in which they express their art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's an all-encompassing term.
I own it.
So
I say that I'm an artist, and in 2012, I'm gonna pursue this thing. And I can walk in the room, no one's gonna know that I ain't done a damn thing yet. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna know. I'm gonna keep it moving.
that's your home.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just own it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a drink after that story. This is my famous shot here while I'm filming you guys as a drink. At the end of the day, we're all still here. We're all artists. We're all pursuing our careers.
Although I don't know if I'm all in one piece.
Well, it's okay.
You are at one piece. You are.
here. As an artist, you don't have to be, right?
The good ones aren't. The good ones aren't. in one
Abstract.
piece.
I don't want to be in one.
That's what I'm saying. The good ones aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're all
like,
kind of crazy.
We're all
there's a
crazy.
lot of
I say I
beauty.
stay crazy to stay sane.
That's what I'm talking about.
There's
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
There's a lot of beauty in fragmentation.
It is.
Yeah.
Perfection is somewhat overrated.
It is.
More than
And it's
anything,
boring.
it's a devil's tool because
Yeah.
so many people strive for this pseudo perfection and something that doesn't
It
exist.
doesn't exist.
And while you're trying to attain that, you're missing out on every other thing.
The beauty of the mundane. You know what I
Indeed,
mean?
beauty is in imperfection.
I think you need to go get a glass. So that you can have a toast with this crew here as we say goodbye to our audience.
I say let's raise a glass to changing times.
I agree.
Okay. Cheers.
Indeed, cheers.
Indeed.
And since we've been talking about our journey and how no matter what obstacles we're faced with, we continue onward. And our goal for this show is not only to inspire other actors, but to inspire people in their journey of life, that when you want something and you want to do it, you just don't give up and you can continue moving forward. So speak to that.
There is greatness that will happen, and I just have to continue on the journey and enjoy the journey, even in the frustrated moments that we may have, because I know that I know that I know that I know. Like, you know, when you sit down in this chair that is going to hold you, you have to know that your time is going to come for what you put your energy, time, and focus on.
All right.
Good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's incumbent upon each and every one of us, not just in this room, but out in the street, all around life. You know, with the gift of life that we've got, it's incumbent upon us to, number one, explore yourself so you can accept yourself, therefore you can love yourself. Because, you know, once you do truly accept and love yourself, much of life just falls into line.
Cheers. To love.
To love.
To love. To love.
Carlotta, she was a film star. She's done like pretty much the whole gamut of the arts and everything, from, you know, from the stage to God knows what. And at the end, she actually says, "I'm still here."
We're still here. Cheers.
After everything, still here.
I love this. This is how you get like toasted,
Yeah.
I know.
Oh yes.
Know what it is you want to do and just stick to it. And be willing to create your own things. Don't just wait for someone else to have a role for you.
There you go.
Yeah, cheers. That's a good cheers.
I like that.
I like that.
Go with your gut. The hell with what people say. Go for that.
There you go.
Awesome.
Exactly.
I love that. As we talked about in other episodes, how we're raw and we're naked and we're so open because we want to share with you. So if there's anything that you take from our show is to be fearless and bold and daring. I teach a film class. I tell my students, if you don't try on the suit, you will never know if it fits.
That's true.
Right,
So
exactly.
that's what I'm gonna leave with the closing words. So goodbye, world. And Actors Life the
Peace.
series says, see you later. Bye. Cheers.
Know thyself.
Know thyself, James says. Cheers. I love it.
All right.
Cheers. Know thyself.
Cling, 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 cling.
Cling, cling, cling.
I dare you to declare war on your passion and your dreams by any means necessary. And so what if you have to work at McDonald's or you have to work to feed your family or to pay the bills? Who cares? Because as long as the other hours that you spend are spent on your passion and spent on your family and spent on the things that you love, hey, nothing else matters. Be inspired.
The only profession that exists is either you're a doctor, engineer, or lawyer.
I'm a little black kid from South Korea, right? And yeah, I think like many of us, we're all artists first in terms of the medium in which we pursue it.
I was a regular little black boy in Baltimore. Big glasses, big head, big lips, big feet. Everything in the middle is skinny.
My beginnings were, I was raised in an extremely religious household, Muslim, and my father was the imam or the minister of this community.
I've had pivotal moments to where I was frustrated, I've cried.
I was one of those people who people figured out that I was an artist long before I figured it out, but long before I was willing to own it.
But could not consider me seriously for the role of Cinderella's prince because they didn't know how the audience would take to Cinderella having a black prince.